News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, the Sheriff's Office loses an important grant. An attorney for the marijuana industry talks about the laws, and RSVP honors their volunteers. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, June 24th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. For the first time in years, the Nye County Sheriff's Office will not receive a grant for almost $200,000 they have received in the past for narcotics-related investigations. It appears that
the paperwork didn't get filled out, and we've had our narcotics grant for well over 20 years. Yeah. And so it's down now to about 12% of what that grant actually was in the beginning. So they knock it down every time that it's renewed. It's going to be a hardship on us, but we think we figured out a way that will keep the people. We were really worried because we still may lose our part-time person because she's fully grant funded, and we're trying to work on that, but we feel that we've figured out a way to at least keep the people if we don't keep the position. We'll still have 2 narcotics positions, and that we'll be able to sustain. Yeah, the next time the grant comes out, we will reapply.
Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev ended his long silence, asking Allah to help his victims and their families and apologizing for the pain and suffering he caused 2 years ago. 21-year-old Tsarnaev stood at the defense table today and spoke in a low voice, saying he was sorry, but he never turned to face his victims, whose names, faces, and ages, he said, he has come to know. Judge George O'Toole formally imposed the death sentence on Tsarnaev, a decision already made by a federal jury. A legal expert who deals with medical marijuana law spoke to News 46 at a recent open house.
Well, medical marijuana cards, believe it or not, have been around a while in Nevada. We're out here today. We're at a future dispensary for Nevada medical marijuana patients. It's an incentive for people to have, obviously, because it does give people protection from state law. Federally, no, but in the state of Nevada, you do have protections if you have your card.
So let's talk about the difference with that, because does that still make people a little bit nervous that they're allowed to have a medical marijuana card, but the federal government still says it's illegal?
Yeah, some people obviously are nervous, state and federally, but one of the benefits of the medical marijuana card, at least on the state level, if it is a valid medical marijuana card, you can kind of sleep easier at night knowing as long as you comply with the regulations and keep the limits at a certain amount, at a state level, you're okay. But what a lot of people still don't realize is it doesn't get you out of everything. Just having a medical marijuana card doesn't mean you could get medicine and sell it to your friend. That's consideration. That's drug dealing. You can't do that. Driving under the influence. Nevada has some of the strictest DUI laws. Active THC and even metabolites. You could get a DUI. Your Nevada medical marijuana card does not prevent you from getting a DUI. And a lot of people don't know that.
It's the same thing as like a prescription pill drug. If you're reselling your prescription drug, you're drug dealing. If you're driving under a prescription where you've taken too much of your prescribed medication, still DUI.
That is 100% correct. And just marijuana, especially as the law sees it, can impair you. And the levels are very low. So it's one of those things you have to be safe and smart, just like anything out there. You go to the liquor store, great, but you have to be smart about it.
How can people contact you for more information?
The best way to get more information from our firm is to go to the website. That's Connor, CONNORP, LLC.com. That's ConnorPLLC.com. And then we have all our information there, and you get our phone and email. Just give us a call anytime, especially if it's regarding medical marijuana, because we've been doing this for years.
Your Desert View Hospital health tip when we return.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
The blood supply is a precious resource, and it's important for donors to recover iron levels before their next donation. Up to 35% of people who regularly donate blood can become iron deficient, which can lead to anemia. A new study evaluated whether taking a low-dose iron supplement would help speed up recovery of iron levels after donating blood.
Put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Americans can donate blood as often as every 8 weeks, but it generally takes much longer than that to regain the iron lost after donating blood.
In the 10 minutes it takes to donate a unit of blood, you lose enough iron that it takes almost 24 weeks if you're not on an iron supplement to regain that iron.
Besides basic screening questions, the only lab result checked prior to giving blood is a donor's hemoglobin level.
Your result is 16.5. That is an awesome hemoglobin count.
A lot of donors that donate have hemoglobin levels that are perfectly acceptable, yet they are low in iron.
Dr. Joseph Kiss from the Institute for Transfusion Medicine in Pittsburgh and co-authors examined 215 frequent blood donors ages 18 to 79. One group had low iron levels, the other group adequate iron levels. Within those two groups, half the patients were given a low-dose iron supplement every day for 24 weeks. The other half did not get the supplement. Hemoglobin and iron levels were measured throughout the 24-week period.
Taking a low-dose iron supplement was effective in shortening the time that it takes to recover your hemoglobin, was effective in shortening the time it takes to recover your iron levels, and most of the donors tolerated the iron pretty well. What we also found was that the oral iron tablets improved hemoglobin recovery in the group that we did not feel was iron deficient.
Blood centers in the U.S. do not test iron levels in blood donors and are currently not ready to implement this testing.
We want donors to be aware of their iron health. We want their doctors to be also aware that blood donation is a part of their patient's history and to assist them in sorting that out and maybe checking iron status in blood donors.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Thanks, Catherine. Women donating 2 or more times a year and men donating 3 or more times a year are considered frequent blood donors and more likely to be iron deficient. 40-year-old Ricky Davidson pled guilty to 1 count of reckless endangerment regarding the dog attack that happened at his house on Black Street that killed 1 man and injured 2 others. He will be sentenced July 6th. Davidson was also facing drug and traffic citation charges on a different case. 79-year-old Kenneth Ford was attacked by 3 pit bulls when he went to feed a neighbor's cat in March. The dogs jumped over a 6-foot fence and attacked Ford, whose screams got the attention of neighbors who tried to help. They too were injured. Ford received devastating injuries and was airlifted to UMC Trauma Center. He never recovered from those injuries and died a month later in the hospital. All 3 of the animals have been euthanized. Davidson was charged in the case for keeping a dangerous animal after being cited in the past for his animals running loose and an attack in the past which resulted in 2 dogs belonging to his neighbor being killed. The Retired and Senior Volunteer Program recognized those who are so vital to helping Nye County residents who utilize their services.
RSVP is the Retired Senior Volunteer Program, and it's a program that comes under the umbrella of the Corporation for National and Community Service. It's part of Senior Corps, and RSVP is funded by Aging and Disability Services from the state of Nevada, from counties, foundations, and from donations from people who appreciate the wonderful work that our volunteers do to provide services which allow elders, Nevada elders, to remain independent and in their own homes with dignity.
We have a pretty active program here, don't we?
Pahrump is all together who are out in the community doing good things and helping others and making a real difference and helping people to remain in their own homes. So therefore, they do not have to be institutionalized at great cost to the county. It costs approximately $75,000 to $80,000 per person per year to be institutionalized. And with these programs, we're able to help people to remain at home where they want to be, where they're healthiest and happiest, where they can maintain with dignity and grace.
And be with family members, and that's one of the things that you offer too, is respite care, right?
Yes. Yes, respite care is a wonderful break. Respite means a break. And so our volunteers come in on a regular basis and provide a few hours a couple of times a week so that the primary caregiver can get out of the house or even just go in the other room and read a book and relax. Therefore, they're able to come back to the situation refreshed and able to continue with their selfless caregiving. And as of July 1, we're going to be able to expand our respite program to include care for adults aged 18 and older with a disability. So this is a wonderful addition to what the services that we are now providing. And there are just some younger people who just need that little bit of assistance. And what we do is we form a care partnership where the person at home is at the center of that partnership with the family members, volunteers, social workers, physicians, and the community all working together and moving forward together in that care partnership because it's good for the community. It makes for a more vibrant and healthy economy for people to be able to stay home and continue to contribute to society.
One fireman will be reoffered his previous position after crashing an ambulance off Lola Lane and Highway 372 in 2011. The Nevada Supreme Court has decided that former firefighter-paramedic Chris Van Leuven can have his job back and 3.5 years back pay in an overturned decision from a lower court, which said that Van Leuven was on his phone at the time of the crash and did not try to stop the ambulance at the stop sign, causing the accident, which injured a fellow firefighter-paramedic and the patient on board the transport unit. The court found that there is no evidence that Van Leuven did not attempt to stop the vehicle, which he said resulted in brake failure. News 46 will return in just a moment.